Hi everyone, in today's video we're looking at negative numbers. Okay, so it's a topic that you might have covered in year 4, and if you haven't, this is a good video for you to look at the basics of how numbers work, and we'll be introducing you to some rules which you can use to work out sums. Okay, so this is a number scale, and as you can see, these numbers here are positive numbers, even though they don't have a positive or a plus sign in front of them. So if a number is just a number by itself, we call numbers integers. If you see an integer by itself with no sign in front of it, you can just make the assumption that it's a positive number. Negative numbers are numbers that are below 0. Okay, so lots of people say there's no such thing as -5. Obviously there is a -5 in numbers, and it looks like this. Okay. And as you can see with the 0 in the middle, as we go further to the right, these numbers get bigger. And as we go further to the left, these numbers get bigger. So, just like a 5 is greater than a 3, in the same way, a -2 is bigger than a -3. I know it sounds really strange because a 3 is greater than a 2 here, but here is the opposite. When it's below 0, a -2 is greater than a 3. So what I'm trying to say is, so a 5 is higher than a 3, in the same way a -1 is higher than a -4. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, the more you go onto the right hand side, the numbers are getting bigger, they're getting higher. And the more you go onto the left side, the numbers are getting less. Okay, so just to summarize, so what we've learnt so far, a 3 is higher than a 1. That's obvious, everyone knows that 3 is more than 1. But a -2 is more than -4. A -2 is greater than -4. Okay, so that's one thing we have to bear in mind. Okay, so the next thing we're going to learn is how to add and subtract negative numbers. I'm going to show you how to add and subtract using the number line, and then after that I'm going to introduce some rules to you, and if you follow these rules you won't need the number line anymore. So let's say we have been asked to do the following sum, and we have to remember that when we are adding numbers, we are actually making them bigger. We are going in this direction. So for example, if I said what is 1 plus 3, we're going to start at 1 and we're going to add 3. 1, 2, 3. So we all know that 1 plus 3 is 4, right? So let's do the same thing with a negative number. If I said what's -3 plus 1, here's -3. If we're adding 1, we're going to go in this direction. Okay, because we're making the number bigger. So -3 add 1 is actually -2. Okay, so if I said what's -1 minus 3, we're going to start at -1. Minus means we're going in this direction. So -1 minus 3 is 1, 2, 3. So -1 minus 3 is -4, because that's what we land on. Okay, so now we're going to look at some sums. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a go now at some of these. So I'm going to do the first one with you, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pause the video and have a go yourself, okay, when I say so. Let's do the first one together. So we're going to start at -4. It's -4 plus 3. So this is quite easy. -4, and we're adding 3. Adding means we're going in this direction. Adding means we're making the numbers bigger. So we're going to the right. So -4 plus 3 is 1, 2, 3. So the answer to this one is -1. Okay. Remember, when we're taking away, we're going that way. When we're adding, we're going that way. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pause the video. When you're done, unpause it, have a look to see how I've done it, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so hopefully you've worked this out. So let's do the next one. So we've got -1 minus 4. We're going to start at -1. Remember, when we're minusing a number, we're going this way. We're making it smaller. Okay, so -1 minus 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. Means we end up on -5. Okay, and then next one is -5 add 7. When we're adding, we're going this way because we're making the numbers bigger. So -5 plus 7 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, -5 plus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 means that the number finished on 2. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you got these right. If you didn't, go back and have a look at what we discussed on this page, and have a look at the basics. If you got these right, let's have a look at something a little bit more difficult now. From time to time, you're going to get sums that look a little bit like this, and they don't make much sense. 9 plus minus 3. What does this mean? It's really confusing, and you can't really use the number line to answer these questions. So for this one, you have to use a set of rules, which I'm about to show you, which might seem confusing at the beginning, but if you just listen to what I'm saying and remember the rules and apply the rules, you can't go wrong. Okay, so just look at this. Just remember that when you see two signs that are similar to each other, that are the same, they always make a plus. So look at this. When you see a minus sign with a minus sign, that's always going to equal a plus. Okay, when you see a plus sign with another plus sign, that's always going to equal a plus. Okay, when you see, let's just change color here, a minus sign with a plus sign, that's always going to equal a minus. And when you see a plus sign with a minus sign, that's always going to equal a minus. I know this looks very, very confusing, but oops, sorry about the box, but you have to remember these. Okay, so the more you practice, the easier it becomes. So just remember, when two signs are the same, it always equals plus. Look, these two are the same, that's a plus. These two are the same, that's a plus. These two are different, that's a minus. These two are different, that's a minus. Why is this rule important? I'll show you now. If you look here, 9 plus minus 3, can you see the plus and the minus? They're both different, aren't they? So it's a plus and a minus. So what you have to do is you've got to rewrite this. So it becomes 9 minus 3. So you've got to rewrite these signs here that I've put in brackets. Okay, it's very simple. And then obviously we know that 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay, so now look here, 4 minus 6. What do we know about the two minus signs? Well, we know that two minus signs, because they're the same as each other, they always make a plus. So you rewrite it. So it becomes 4 plus 6, and that makes a 10. Okay, so let's do this last one, and then you're going to have a go yourself. We've got minus 5 plus minus 2. This is going to stay the same, so we're not worried about this one. It's always the signs in the middle of the two numbers that we have to rewrite. So rewrite the whole thing again. Minus 5. Remember, it's just the signs in the middle that we have to rewrite. So plus and a minus together always make a minus 2. And if you remember from our number line, minus 5 minus 2 means we're going that way. That's going to equal to minus 7. Okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to have a go yourself and have a look at these. Pause the video when I say so. Have a go at them. Once you've finished, unpause the video, have a look at how I work them out, and then hopefully your answers will match mine. Okay, so pause the video now and we'll see you back here when you're finished. Okay, so once you're done, hopefully you finished. Right, so 8 minus 3, we're going to rewrite it. That's the first rule, is to rewrite it, but to change the signs in the middle. Just the ones in the middle. So minus and a minus together, look at our rules. Minus and a minus together always make a plus. And we know that 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay? So now we've got minus 4, a plus and a minus together. We always know that minus 4 plus and a minus together always make a minus. So minus 4 minus 1 means we're going to the left by 1. If you think about the number line, the more you practice the number line, afterwards you don't even need the number line. You can just imagine it in your head. So minus 4 minus 1 makes minus 5. And then we've got minus 3 plus minus 6. So we're going to rewrite it. Minus 3, we're going to rewrite and change the symbols in the middle like I've said before. Plus and a minus together always make a minus. Look here. Plus and a minus always make a minus. 6. So minus 3 Minus 6, if you go back to the number line, will make a minus 9. Okay, so hopefully you got these three right. If you didn't, go back to, just rewind the video, have a look at what I did. If you're still not sure, feel free to come and ask me during the lesson, and hopefully you'll end up learning this topic quite easily as well. Okay.